At some point, while you're placing doors and windows, you're going to want just a plain opening in a wall, something like this. Let's look at it in plan view. In plan view, it shows that I can walk through here. There's dashed line to show that there's something up above, and that would be the structure or the header. And I've got another one over here. Okay, now those aren't doors because you can see it's just open. They're certainly not windows. And so how do you place something like this? Particularly if you don't have the right family, this can be hard. Now, there is a tendency to do something like this, to go into the floor plan and start slicing walls or just breaking them apart in some fashion and setting it up and opening this way. And you can see what happens is that I don't have anything overhead. Unlike where with a door, I've got a header overhead, and you can see that. I don't have any of that left over now. So I'm going to hit undo. That's not how we would want to do it. Instead, if you don't have this opening, this one happens to be called passage opening cased. And it's called that because it's got casing or trim all the way around. And if you want that look, you want to get an opening that's cased. If you don't like it, there's another one that's just a plain opening. But you'll need to load that family. And you can either go here to load family, or if you're logged in, you can load Autodesk family, or maybe you need to get logged in. Anyways, I did a search for opening, and it brought up way too many results. But when I scroll down, I finally find it. Here's a door opening, and here is a passage opening dash cased. You don't want these ones because they don't go down to the floor. But get whichever one you want. Look at that. There's even one with a little archway overhead. I'm going to take this one, and I would just simply load that into the project. It might ask you for a size that you want to load, and you can pick a size. I already have one in here, so it didn't ask me. Okay, and then once you're ready, the thing is, this may or may not exist as a door. Let me go into my door command. Okay, I'm just scrolling through here to show I don't have any openings there. So this one happens to be a component. Architecture tab, component drop down, then place a component, and there it is. And perhaps the other opening will show up here, or it might show up with doors. You never actually know. Look at all the sizes that I've got here though. If I don't have the size that I need, I can always just place something. You probably want to place it at 80 inches high, but you can always just place one and it shows up properly, but then just edit the type and either duplicate it or just adjust it as needed. Here's the width, and I can come up with something new.